Here is a story about how change happens the second that you decide it's going to happen. Every single year, and I tell you every single year, well, not every single year, for the past 4 years, we have gone out and filmed at the Minnesota State Fair. And this feels like something that will be going on every single year of my life because we enjoy it so much. But something that's happened pretty much every time, and I've known that it's coming. I know that this feeling and this scenario is right around the bend. Yet I don't prepare myself for it. It is this entire wall of doubt. We begin by showing up to the first day of the Minnesota State Fair. We have a host. He so graciously goes around the fair, tastes different foods, gives reviews on them, talks about the fair, gives poetic illustrations of the food and whatnot, and it's a great time. It's awesome. And then begins the production process, the post-production process, where I deliver the footage to the editor. The editor then kicks the footage back to me. I say it's good to go, and then I find a thumbnail photo for it, and then we post it to the independent media company that we work for. And there is a moment after the first day every time where I say, I should probably just pull the plug. I should probably just be done with this. There's so much going on. Oh my goodness, I don't know if we can possibly get all this done. And maybe we just say au revoir and just let the fair be the fair and we won't film there. And I sit with that for about 12 to 24 hours. And I say, all right, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the year that we stop. And then it hits me that the fair is only 12 days long, 12, 13 days. And if we don't do this now, then I'm gonna forever regret it. So at that point, and this is what has been happening every year, and I think going into next year, I'm making this video so I can look at it and understand that this is where kind of the buck stops with this annual loop of self-doubt. And I decide, no, we're gonna go film. We're gonna film a second day, get all the foods done, turn it around back, and then release everything. And this year, the same thing happened. Same thing happened. But what this video is for you is that many times we will think that change takes time, when in fact, change happens the moment that we decide it. It happens the second that we decide it. And we can get into the granular definition of the word decide, but once we choose change, once we decide that we're going to do it, it's happening. And what today is, 3 days ago, I said, no, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go out and film it. And I knew that by going out and filming it, it was gonna take one more day. It was gonna take another trip across town to drop off the footage. It was gonna take a lot of things, X, Y, and Z, to get it done. And that's fine, that's part of the process. I think they talked to Keanu Reeves after he finished the last John Wick. And he says, every time we get done with one of these films, me and the director, we sit down, everybody looks at each other and they say, never again, no, we're not doing this again. And then, without much thought, after it comes out, maybe a year or half a year passes, and they're like, hey, you wanna do another John Wick film? And they gotta let it process through them. They gotta let it process through them. I'm not saying that, doing the Minnesota State Fair is like doing John Wick, but it is a creative process. And there's a moment of doubt at every point in time. And I look at the next 72 hours and I say, oh man, this is gonna take time. Oh my goodness. But it takes no time when I choose to go into the process. It takes no time when I choose to be involved with the project. It takes no time when I say, yes, I will go forward and I will get this done. It's not even I will get this done, I'm doing it right now. And getting it done is a byproduct of the project getting done. When you decide that it is It is time, not even time, when you decide that you are going to do it, that you are going to take the change. Maybe it's picking something up, maybe it's putting something down, maybe it's saying something to somebody, maybe it's not saying something to somebody anymore. Whatever that change is for you, once you choose it, it is done. That's it. And in the choosing of it, in this video, to help you understand the choosing of it, is that when you choose to change, the path is already set ahead of you. So in a way, the universe just kind of like lays out the path. It's almost like this thing you, oh my goodness, where is it? I think of Hook, when Dustin Hoffman, somebody hits the button, and then the whole staircase just like turns into this red carpet. That's what I feel like the universe does when you're like, no, I'm choosing to change. And then like you hit the button, like it just lays out for you. Now, whether you choose to go down that path or not is up to you. It is there. That path is there for you. Once you choose change, change then arrives at your doorstep, and it may not look fun. Usually it doesn't look fun. Many times it looks extremely uncomfortable. And it is not, you're like, oh, this is change. Huh. Nah, I think I'm gonna stay right here. And that is how a lot of people don't change. I think if change was easy, everybody would be doing it. If this process to do the Minnesota State Fair were simple, I would have done it a long time ago. But that's not the case. Like, filming the State Fair is something that took like a lot of bravado and like almost like delusion to be like, yeah, we can do this. We can make this happen. This is cool. And then broadcast it out to thousands of people, and then they all have something to say about it. And I think that that's awesome. I think that that's so cool because we choose to do it. It has nothing to do with the payoff or getting it done or the people that see it. It's just, I want to do this thing because I want to have all this cool stuff chronicled for people to look at down the road. And there was this one video, oh my goodness. This is a total sidetrack. I understand this is not necessarily helping you in this video, but I think it's helping the video in its entirety. Somebody posted footage from Disneyland or Disney World in 1980 something or other. Whatever, with like a camcorder, and they were just filming it. And it was like an absolute time capsule. It was so cool to see it, how people, their cadence, referencing the camera, talking to the person behind the camera, and like their lingo and all this stuff. I was just like, oh my goodness. That's definitely a side. But somebody chose to do that and hold on to it. And so for me, when you choose something, it's not about the time that it takes for change, it's about choosing change at the time. And when you choose change, everything is laid out for you. It is right there. The first thing you have to do is choose the change that you want. Like, really approach it from a stance of, what do you want to get clear on? Be clear about the change that you want. And it can be something as simple as, you know what? I am not going to have laundry on my bed anymore. I'm gonna fold it right away. It's very clear. It's very clear. And I might be saying that to myself right now. But it's clear when you're saying, what is the change that you want? And then the second thing is, you have to observe the path for what it is. Don't just look at the first few steps and be like, ugh. Look at the whole terrain. Just give it a look. That's what it is. It's going to take that to have the change that you want. And the third thing, as I fly through all of these, the first thing being getting clear on the change that you want. The second thing, looking at the terrain. The third thing is essentially knowing, we go back to this as well, again, I can't emphasize this enough. The path is the change. The path is the prize, the path is the change. The change is not getting on the other side of it. The process is not getting through the door on the other side of the wall. The process is observing what you want, observing how you're going to approach the door, then opening the door and going through. All of that is a byproduct of choosing the door and then saying, I'm going to approach the door in this way. That's it. So when you choose the change you want, you look at the terrain. The last thing is to understand that approaching the terrain or being on it is part of the process. I can't emphasize this enough, baby, because when you get in that process, you are in it. When you're in like month 2 of a swim season, ain't nobody Anybody looking at the end of the swim season, it is just grueling. When you're in like the middle of January for winter, I'm not looking at pictures of spring. I'm just saying, okay, this is where we're at. If you focus on the end, it will deprive you of living in the end. Make sense? No? Let me explain. When you choose change, there must be a part of you that is already living in the end, that is living in the end already. You're not in this constant state of, I need to get there, I'm not there, I need to get there because I'm not there, so I need to get there. A part of you needs to be in the mindset, and I'll give you an example, this will be the story at the end of this, it'll help you out, is that a part of you needs to be, and this isn't simple or easy, a part of you needs to be in the mind frame that I already have it. You already have it. It's already yours. This is a constant practice. Who would you be if you already had? Constantly practice that over and over and over and over and over again. Who would you be if you already had? That being said, the next step is to essentially hold on to that piece of you that is living in the end. When you live in the end, you then be a certain way, which then does certain things, which then the byproduct of having the things that you want. And for this YouTube channel, we'll use this as an example. I already live in the end that this YouTube channel passively supports all the creative things that I want to do. It does. It just does. This channel, because it is such a large platform to help you get to where you want to go, and you can always come back here for directives and further advice, or hop in the comments and ask a question, because this is always a place for you to ask questions and possibly, and I'm saying maybe, I'm not saying you'll get everything here or even the thing that you want here. The best I can do is give this channel to you with my conviction that my lived experience can somehow help you. And when I live in the end of that this channel is so big and so many people gather things from it that it creates a passive income for me to then take on all the music and film that I want to do and help out all the friends and family that I want to help out and the community members and the cool projects that we have going on. Like that, I live in that place already. I'm already there. Even though it's not here in the 3D, I already live in that place. And you can check the date on this video every time. And you will see, oh wow, he really wasn't. He had none of that around. At that time, he had none of that around him. And then I look at his channel a year later, oh my goodness. But it's not even about having the things and showing them. It's about the idea of working in conviction and choosing that change. Choosing and deciding the change is happening right now. And even though the 3D doesn't confirm it right away, you don't go into a restaurant and order something and then within seconds say, hey, how's it looking? Is it done? Can I see it? Can I eat it now? No. It's taking its process. You went through your process to make the order. Let the universe take its process to give you the order. That's all it is. Live in the end that you already have the plate in front of you with the meal. You're just taking your time before you take a bite. That's all. The truth is that change happens the moment you declare it, not that change takes time. And when we focus on the time that it takes, if I was sitting in the middle of January wondering when winter is going to end, I would not be having that great of a winter, would I? If I was sitting in the second month of a swim season and wondering when the regionals are going to come, when is city conference going to happen, for goodness sake, when am I going to be able to taper here at some point, just have like the workouts just get easier. I would not be working with much conviction. I'd be working just to be at the end. I'd be working just to be done. There'd be no prize in the path for me. That'd be it. That would be a pretty, I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to do that. So what is the change you want to choose? What's the terrain look like? And then after that, how are you going to practice living in the end of that? I know that you can do it. And a part of you already is. That's the crazy part. There is a part of you that because you can already imagine this desired outcome, a part of you already is imagining yourself in the end. It's living there. You just have to expand on that. So That's all we got for you in this video. Ask any questions you might have from this video in the comments. I'll try to answer them as best I can. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.